I start with mine. Yeah, you all know right about UVM. What is P sequencer? What is P sequencer?
So please respond, all guys. Please say something.
I hope all of you know about UVM.
Default sequencer of UVM in UVM.
Yeah, how can we declare the T sequencer? I hope you know. Actually, this P sequencer, it is a handle to the sequencer, okay? So that we can execute which is made by a in sequence by the macro. Actually, for this we are using tick UVM declare P sequencer, okay?
Yes, yeah.
What is an analysis port?
Yeah,
Hello?
TLM port, which is used to connect one-to-many connections.
One to many connections only, or is there any other connections?
Which is used for to connect one-to-many connections, in which it has by default the write function, which is used to broadcast data.
Yeah, we can broadcast
To
a class
subscribers.
object to multiple listeners so that they can implement different method, okay, which has to perform different operations on the data it receives. What is the difference between new and create methods in UVM?
Create is
New and
used
create
for
methods.
UVM things, UVM things like which are registered in UVM factory, and
Okay.
new is used for UVM things.
Non-UVM things means where?
Means which is used
constructor, right? Default constructor.
analysis port constructors.
No, I am asking generally, what is the difference between new and create methods? I hope
If
you
we
know.
use create, we can override the those functions, those variables,
Yes.
those things,
New method?
because we are registered in UVM factory.
Yeah. New method I am asking.
New is used for
New
object
method
instance.
Yeah, where? In SV or UVM?
SV.
Okay. Create method, we can use Is UVM is independent of system verilog?
Yes.
UVM inherits OOP concept.
Is UVM independent of system verilog?
No. UVM is
Why?
derived from system Verilog.
Yeah, we cannot run UVM with any tool that does not support system verilog, okay? And why do we need a register a class with a factory? We are registering right in UVM factory every components. Why do we need a register a class with a factory?
To utilize all methods present inside UVM factory, we need to register with the factory.
To you want to use like
Want to
UVM things like
override
compare,
for that is
copy, compare things, UVM things. We have to register in UVM factory.
to make a test points.
UVM factory.
To make a test points
Yeah.
very reusable.
Yeah, yes. And it has a capability also to override it for some other derivative components, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, actually it is a register with a factory which has to make test bench more usable, so that reusability have the capability to override it with
Means active agent means we
Active
have
means
driver, monitor, sequencer are there.
yes.
passive means without only monitor is will present
Their driver
without
and sequencer will not be.
without driver and sequencer.
Okay. What do you mean by TLM FIFO?
It is used to store the
One-to-many connection we use TLM.
TLM. Actually, suppose we have two components, right, at different clocks. It has to be operate
yes.
independently, right? At that time, you have to insert TLM FIFO in between those, so that one component can send data at a faster rate and the other component can receive a data at slower rate. Okay. For that purpose, we are using TLM FIFO.
Why can't we
What is
use normal FIFO?
yeah. Normal FIFO we are using in we can use, but we are using two different clocks, right? At that time we are using two different clocks. We need separate FIFOs. For that purpose, we have to use one FIFO for faster rate and another FIFO for slower rate. Okay. And what is the purpose of this pointer in system verilog? Hello.
It is used to point the base class
To hold
variable.
the
What? Please repeat. This pointer where we, what is the purpose in system verilog? What is the purpose of this pointer in system verilog?
Hello.
Yes.
It is a predefined class handle that is mainly used to access class properties or methods in the class in which it has been invoked.
Yeah, it has belonged to the same class or any other class.
It
No,
belongs to
if we
same class only.
yeah, if we are using this pointer in a particular class, then it will invoke the properties of that class.
Okay. What do you mean by virtual interface? What
Virtual
is virtual
interface.
interface?
It doesn't have any memory allocated.
Yeah, it doesn't have any memory allocated. Okay. Next. You have an idea about SV test bench, right? SV test bench environment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, based on that, there we are using virtual interface, right? What is the purpose we are using virtual interface there?
Actually, we will not be able to connect a dynamic class object with static. So for
Yeah,
that purpose,
yes.
we use this virtual interface concept, where it acts
Yeah.
like a bridge between these two.
Between static and dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Can we say that when we say that verification is complete?
If the simulation is passed,
After getting 100% code and functional coverage.
Can we get both code coverage and functional coverage as 100%?
no.
Why? Why we won't get 100%?
Because means we no need to test all functionality, right? Somewhere we will miss some functionalities. Means some pins we don't toggle from 0 to 1.
Okay.
So
Suppose
that
I got
for
functional
that,
coverage 100% and code coverage 100%. Can we stop doing verification?
No.
Why?
We need to meet the code coverage also 100%.
Yeah, that's what I am asking. Suppose we got both functional coverage and code coverage is 100% after exclusions. Can we stop doing verification?
Both, if we get both 100%, then it's verification is done.
Yeah, can we stop doing verification? I am asking.
means that verification need to pass, right? Whether everything is fine, then only we can say.
Yes.
Even if it fail also, we will get code coverage and functional coverage 100%, right?
Yeah. Actually, if we get also, we can't say that verification is
And we have
completed like that. We need to utilize other tools also to verify that test bench. In other tools also, if verified also, there will be some bugs in the test bench. That bugs also have to clear. Okay. When can we say that verification is done?
When the assertion and scoreboards
I
are
think we have
completed,
to
it
go
is a report, right?
GLS.
Respond. When can we say that verification is done?
Hello, am I
I think
audible?
we have to do verification related to power and power verification and GLS. This also have to consider in verification. So after getting 100% of even coverage and functional coverage also, we have to check GLS.
What we have to check?
Whether power related issues are we are meeting or not, power related things and all, like power verification we will do right.
When can we say that verification is completed means we have code coverage and functional coverage, right? Actually, in code coverage, there are many types we have. Toggle coverage, branch coverage, line coverage, expression, and FSM coverage. When these are expected to near 100%, also, we need to check about functional coverage also. When it is written and it can reach 100%, there is some other confidence booster in this. By getting all this 100% only, we can say that the verification is done like that. Why do we need to write random test cases?
Because to cover code coverage.
Only code coverage? Why do we need to write random test cases?
To
Means
cover
for
all
FSM,
scenarios.
right? All scenarios
Because
for FSM.
yeah, every possible combination it has to pass.
Yes.
So we
No.
need to give some random numbers so that it may trigger any number. Because if we wanted to give some particular numbers, so we are covering only limited area. So if we give random, then the stimulus can be anything.
Yes.
So
And go ahead.
yeah, so we are testing in a broad range of coverage group,
What is the advantage by using random test cases?
because we don't know, in some situations it might fail for one particular combination, like any one particular corner case.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Suppose we are using random test cases, it promotes faster verification, right, in the environment. For faster
yeah,
verification purpose, we are writing random test cases here. Yeah. How can you ensure that synthesizable Verilog will build a sequential logic?
synthesizable.
How can you ensure the synthesizable Verilog will build a sequential logic?
Simulate synthesize
Synthesizable
like
Verilog code with built in a sequential logic. How can you? Did you understand my question?
a tool will
Yes, actually we do
it has to synthesize.
simulation for
Code
RTL
must
only,
be
right?
converted into.
Yes. For RTL
After
only, we
that,
are using synthesizable Verilog code. I'm asking, how can you ensure the synthesizable Verilog code will build a sequential logic?
if always at the rate of passage or egg edge clock, then it will build a sequential. Right?
Yeah, yes. Is there any other conditions? Yeah, that is right only. Is there any other answers?
In the RTL
Yeah.
code, I think the delay statements and another non-synthesizable object should not be used.
Yeah, that is okay. Next, and we have to use only pauses triggered flip-flop for FSM, okay? And we no need to assign same variable in multiple always blocks. That is also one of the rule we need to follow. And we have to keep sequential and combination blocks separately. And in an always block, we are writing, in a procedural blocks, we are writing, right? Either we have to use blocking statements or non-blocking statements. We do not mix those blocking and non-blocking statements in the same procedural block. I
Even
hope
though
you
if you mix,
understood.
right, the tool will give error, right? Warning or error it will give.
Yeah, that's what we do not mix blocking and non-blocking assignments in the same procedural block. I am saying. In the same procedural block, we do not mix those blocking and non-blocking assignments.
What will happen if you mix?
If we mix also, we can, while doing compilation, we can get errors. Try this once. In the same procedural block, if we mix those blocking and non-blocking, we can get errors there.
Use.
How is the simulation timeout done in UVM?
In UVM.
Yes.
Drop objection.
Drop objection. How is the simulation timeout done in UVM?
No, it internally calls $finish, like in main, once everything is done, in which way?
No,
Actually, we don't write any
$finish,
finish.
okay. We don't write $finish there. What is the command I am asking? Which command we have to use?
Global timeout?
What? Please repeat.
It can we use global timeout and the test timeout.
Enter test timeout. Yeah, that is okay. Is there any other answer? Actually, the simulation timeout in UVM is done by using set timeout and plus UVM timeout. Please remember this. This is one of the most important questions which is asking in interviews. The simulation timeout in UVM is done by using set underscore timeout and plus UVM underscore timeout. Suppose we are writing class test which can extend from UVM test, and we have to register this test component by using tick UVM component details, right? At last, we have to write the function for that. By writing that function, we have to call that plus UVM underscore timeout. Then we can say, by using that, we can say that simulation timeout is happened in UVM. We have to use plus UVM underscore timeout.
But where we are using this command, I think we haven't used this command.
In sequencer only.
No.
In which component we use? We driver, monitor, or sequence?
At the top module.
Yeah, global timeout.
Have...
Yeah, global timeout will also do same thing, right?
Yeah, global timeout. I am asking how the simulation is happen. Timeout will occur. I hope you understood right. Repeat.
Means
Yeah,
how
can
he
you
knows,
elaborate this?
means how he knows at what time it will complete. We don't know, right?
Yeah,
Simulation.
we
How
don't.
to,
We can't say that directly. How is the simulation timeout done in UVM? By passing this, it can display in transcript. Particularly, I am saying I have passed 100 nanoseconds. Suppose in the top well, I have set UVM underscore top dot set underscore timeout. In the brackets, I have given 100 nanoseconds. There you have to give particular time. Based on that particular time, it will end the simulation.
So is there any other way other than this set timeout, U plus UVM timeout?
What? No, we have to use these two only, set underscore timeout and plus UVM underscore timeout. Suppose we have thousands of 1,000 nanoseconds, right? Suppose I have to end the simulation time at that particular time only. For that purpose, we have to mention the time there. In top
Okay,
module, we
okay.
need to mention. Dollar
in
finish,
that
we
time,
can
if it is
mention.
not complete means
What?
within that time, if it is not complete means, so suppose it is taking 5 hours. I have given 1 hour.
Oh, then we need to increase the time. Suppose while in an UVM environment, you are passing the test cases, like several test cases it will be there. For one particular test case, it takes more time. Suppose for one passing the test case, it can take 30 minutes. For another test case, it can take 45 minutes. For some other test case, it can take 10 minutes. It depends on the test case we are passing. We need to mention time here itself. For that particular time, we can mention where the time is ending. In order, we need to pass several test cases. Suppose in an UVM environment, I have 180 test cases. I need to pass only 110 test cases. For that 110 test cases, we have to calculate the time and we have to mention there in that argument. UVM top dot set underscore timeout. In that particular braces, we have to mention time. At bottom, it has to complete.